Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're live.
We're live.
Hi, everybody. Susan Bachelder here, and I am here with the other half of the Unstoppable Mamas, my partner, Tammy Montgomery. Hey, Tammy.
Hey, Susan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So we are coming to you today, as always, on purpose with a specific topic. But today, just please listen through so you can gather the whole concept. But what we're talking about in general, overall, is self-awareness, choosing your surroundings, your environment, and be truly just being authentic. And that will attract people who are also authentic. It will also create trust.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big reason. And we do it on the ongoing every day, which is why people trust us. And we hear that. That's the kind of feedback. So obviously we're doing something right. So we just want to help you do the same thing. And why does that work? So kind of want to give you some golden nuggets. It's a little less zoomed in and focused than usual, but just trust us. Just stay.
Yeah,
stay
just till the end, because we always learn something from our videos and over again. And that's the thing. I learned from doing the videos.
Absolutely.
And the part where you're talking about is trust or being authentic. You don't want to when you're in business. I mean, you don't want to act fake. You don't want to act different than what you are normally. So you just, honestly, you're you. I mean, you have amazing strengths, you have amazing weaknesses, really, and no one's perfect, and there's no real perfect way to really communicate, and effectively. I've been self-employed for 30 years. I haven't had to have a job, so I must be doing something right. The way I look at it, right?
That's right.
So I've always figured something out. And I was actually talking to someone about that today, and so being just you, and what we get a lot is, oh, wow, you answer the phone, or, oh, wow, you really are real. And, and I think it just comes to the bottom line. It's still just always relationship building and being that authentic. I mean, I'll be goofy. I'll be goofy as a heck with people. I really can't keep a serious conversation for too long. Yes, money's serious, and I understand. But you know what? You always can have that angle of just making that person feel comfortable. And I've always been able to, do that, no matter whether someone's losing a home or whether someone's, whatever, going through bankruptcy, whatever. And maybe it's just because I've gone through those things, and really it doesn't matter anyway. Ultimately, they can't take away your birthday. But so I just think that, being authentic really does help people relax and then make a better decision about what they want to do.
Absolutely. That building rapport phase of building the relationship is so important, and it'll just come easy and come natural if you're authentic. I was going to quickly mention, and very related to this topic, Tammy and I recorded just a few weeks ago. Actually, it might even be like 4 or 5 weeks ago. But anyway, either way, the link will be below this video. We recorded a video called Spring into Action with Your Branding. And we give some really good tips in there about branding. But today we're going to really focus on the authenticity part of your branding and of that rapport part of the relationship. Like, for example, of course, Tammy looks her gorgeous self today. But my schedule switched up, and I didn't want to switch when we were recording, because that's a very important part of the work that we do. And there's another video that we've recorded that will, if you're a mom or a dad, because parenting can be a very chaotic, really busy thing, but amongst really busy family lives, we are still able to run our business, and that's because we do everything on purpose, and we're cognizant of time. So back to the point that I was talking about. Maybe I'll put that link below this video as well. Tammy, help me keep a list of the links that I'm promising these people.
Okay, I better write them down.
Yeah, we do create a lot of content, but that one really zooms in on how to build your business amongst the chaos of being really busy, and we targeted that one specifically to moms. And it has already helped a lot of people just relate. So oftentimes you'll see me in specific doing videos where either my hair is messy that day, maybe I don't feel well enough to do my hair, or even wash my hair. Today it's just been washed, but I still have my clips in. See, I'm just a real person amongst being a single mom and building my business and just doing what we need to do for ourselves. So it's okay because it's just me here one way or another. The same way with Tammy. We are just real. No makeup, hair in clips. We're doing our thing. We're talking to you as real as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect action. You just have to be real. And then people will say, oh, I can relate to that for whatever reason they're relating or resonating with you. That's how your business grows. That's how people trust you and decide to make big ticket purchases with you. Life-changing decisions they'll make with you if they trust you. And if all of your branding includes that, whether it's in imagery or in your message, if it's all authentic, you will absolutely grow within your business. In a few weeks from now, hopefully, if everything falls into place, exactly 2 weeks, the Hangout with Mentors that we do every Wednesday night, we're going to specifically talk about authenticity and imagery in your branding and how to do that. So that's how we do it. We authentically create fresh content that is relatable to you, so that you can put it into immediate action and build your business. And that's just really how it is. That's how it is. There's all sorts of promises, empty promises, and hype amongst this profession. So we intend to get past that, help you move past that and realize that it's the authenticity that actually creates your success. We don't go out and rent fancy places or fancy cars to pretend like we own that. We own who we are right now, today, and we show you that by action, by example, leading by example.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what we do.
Yep, absolutely.
It's
by the way,
real,
I can't
it's
tell
real. It just is.
Makeup on because you always look gorgeous anyway. So that's number one. But the other thing I think that what you said, key point, is just really, really right there. Like, I think so many people pie in the sky show, flashy stuff. You know what I mean? And I think that's almost like a turn off in a lot of ways. I know for me it is. I'd rather work with someone knowing that, listen, they're going to help me target market. They're going to show me the steps in order to make money, as opposed to, heck, if you're seeing someone always flying around a jet plane, when do they ever hold, like team calls or meetings? You know what I mean? Like, in other words, that's great, and we certainly love that lifestyle because we do love traveling, but at the same time, being authentic and being in our home. We're in our homes right now, and we're here, we're working, and I think that's also the other thing that people realize and know about us, and they can trust us knowing that, and that we do teach these things.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the realness and the connectedness and the reachable.
Yeah, very reachable.
Like you said, you've always answered the phone.
Absolutely. Yeah. When we're working together, I mean, it really rings a lot more when you and I are together. But yeah, I mean, the thing is like, why wouldn't you answer the phone? And just for me, customer service, I learned a long time ago that it takes months to build a customer. It takes seconds to lose a customer.
Yep.
And so, picking up the phone and being friendly, and I talked about this on another video earlier today, your attitude is everything, because you wouldn't go into work with a crappy attitude because your boss will fire you. Well, the same thing here, and I watched that show, The Boss, that show, the country, that reality. And I mean, seriously, so think of yourself, would you want to work with you? Would you want to work with you? And if the answer is no, then you got to do a checkup from the neck up. And then just, you know what I mean, kind of fix that authentic way about you. And just, like I said, I think the biggest thing is people want to work with someone that is going to help them solve that problem, basically, bottom line.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes that does take it for example, what you were just talking about, Tammy. And it's kind of funny because that totally relates to a piece of content that I shared earlier, just saying, like, be aware of yourself and how you are being with people and how you are presenting in social media. So it starts with self-awareness, and then figure out your surroundings and your environment and choose to respond rather than react. That's how it is. And being your authentic true self, hopefully positive. If you're negative, maybe stay out of social media when you're feeling a bit negative. We're all human, we have those days. Like I believe you said in your video, just if you are angry or negative, just zip it. don't share your junk with everybody. Clean up your junk and then come out with the kind of attitude and energy that will attract other people. Keep your junk to yourself.
Keep your junk to yourself. Exactly. Because we all have junk in our trunk.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call that thing. It's true. It's like, it's like, and just knowing that when we do, even when we're traveling and things like that, that is the cool part about, when you have systems and you have advertising out there and you can turn it on, you can turn it off. But, let's say we just want to let our hair down for the night or whatever, and we just want to be. So, you can do that too and still be, true and still be in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. It's that realness that will create the lifelong business and personal connections.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, for instance, us, for example, over 2 years, and it's because we trust each other, but we also, respect one another and the differences and the strengths and the weaknesses and all that. And that's what communication is all about. All the relationships have that base.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're watching this video and maybe if it's your first time meeting us, make sure that you check below and we'll have some other references for you.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but if they don't know, when you say you're not feeling well, just we have to sometimes, and I have to remind myself that you actually went through a major car accident, a car crash.
Yeah.
And, I don't notice it because I'm, working with you. I mean, you're unstoppable. So like most people, they would, you're authentic, you talk about it and you're real with people. And I think that's the other thing that I think people need to know is that, listen, things happen, stuff happens in life, just like me. We share that on some of our calls, but I went through a crash. It doesn't mean that I gave up in business just because that one didn't work out. I could have said, forget it. I'm going to go, work for someone, but that's the kind of people we are. You're very strong-willed and headstrong. So, but, we have to sometimes, realize that other people aren't, I guess you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'll elaborate on that a bit. I guess then before I close it out, you never know what someone is dealing with.
There you go.
On the other side, right? So what Tammy is talking about is back in 2005, which is 12 years ago. Actually, this month it was May 8th. So I rarely ever celebrate the anniversary of it, but just take note of the timeline so that I can tell the story appropriately. But on May 8th in 2005, I was in a car accident and I sustained a neck injury right at the top of my neck, which it tore some ligaments, and then the vertebrae shifting around because of those tore ligaments sheared the lining off of a few of my nerves in my neck that serve down in my neck and then up my face and my head. So that permanent nerve damage left me with literally for 9.5 years excruciating pain that nothing worked, nothing relieved it. It was debilitating. Sometimes it would, to the point that it would make me vomit. I couldn't get out of bed, or sometimes I could walk the span of the house. Sometimes getting to the bathroom was all I'd be down on my knees with pain. So raising 2 kids on my own with that and not being able to work in my nursing career was tricky, challenging. It got the best of me, to be honest. I try to describe them as lightly as possible as the dark days. And at the same time, some people will say you don't own that, but I disagree with that. I absolutely own that because I was there and I came through that. So I own that. I completely own that. I didn't stay a victim, so to speak. So where am I going with that? Well, 5 months after that, then I was diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis. And so whatever it is that you have, whether it's a financial situation or a physical, mental health, maybe it's relationship stress, whatever that is, it might feel overwhelming and daunting to get through. Stay true, stay authentic, find some way to help yourself believe in yourself and pull yourself through it. You can, you absolutely can. I did. And I continue to. Actually, I still continue to have flare-ups. I've had stem cell implants 3 times, and the degree of wellness that I have afterwards is shocking.
That's
It's
amazing.
mind-blowing. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And really, for the last 7, I guess we're going on 7 months now, I've been in a flare up again, and up and down and up and down. Some days I'm down, some days I'm up. And as you can see, when I'm up, I'm here. I show up. And well, sometimes even when I'm not so up, but I can do it, I show up. And the reason is because of what we have here to offer. And by keep on showing up, I keep on providing for my family, showing up to this partnership with Tammy, so that it's like being accountable, essentially accountable to our people, our members, our clients, our community, and still creating that same kind of freedom pieces that allowed me to get better and get the stem cell implants. And it's just overall sustainable fulfillment, money, mental wellness, physical wellness. Like, it's all a part of the whole package, and you just pull through. And it does have to do with the topic that we're talking about today. Just
Really
being who you are right now in the moment. Be authentic, and that will become a part of your branding. It doesn't mean that you're not striving to be better. Each Tammy and I, we each individually and together are always working at improving and learning more and stepping up. And yeah, that's what we do. But it doesn't mean that we don't have stuff to deal with. We all do. It's how you deal with it. It's how you process it and how you work through it. So
yeah, that was beautiful.
you took me there.
I absolutely loved it, and I'm glad I did. And the people watching, the person listening, just honestly, just if you have to re-listen to it, rewind, hit replay, because it's really important what Susan just shared. It really is important for people.
Absolutely.
To know. And thank you for sharing that bit today.
You're welcome. You have to do whatever it takes. And speaking of sharing junk, and thank you, Tammy, for always encouraging me to tell pieces of that story, because I've always been really very private. Truly, I don't ever tell that story for any of my own benefit. It's kind of a vulnerable place of mine. I'd rather not tell anybody, but I know that it will inspire and hopefully motivate other people. So that's truly the only reason why I share it.
That's the same with me. When you brought me out and I told my story, I didn't want anybody to know it. I thought, that's just showing that I'm weak, and I was weak in that part of my life, and I don't want anybody to see that dark time. I didn't even tell my friends. They knew after, believe it or not, after you had me come out and share it, I finally called up one of my high school friends and told her, and she said, "See, I had no idea." She's like, "I had no idea you went through that." And so, see, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't share that. And so I think what it is just realizing that, as we get older, things are going to happen, and how you worded it to me with soul stains, and I started listening and reading and, listening to your work and your words, and just all of a sudden my mind was just like, okay, this is cool. Now I can release it.
Exactly.
In the past. And so I love it when you share your story, and I'm hoping it helps you and I just think it'll help a lot of people when you do that.
It'll definitely resonate with them.
Amazing what you went through and how you pulled through it. I just have to say that. So
Thank you.
Great meal, Susan.
Do my best. And now we do have to wrap up because in 10 minutes I have, speaking of self-care, in 10 minutes I have an appointment with, I call him my Buddha.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he adjusts all the muscles and the nerve endings. So I'm going to go for that appointment in 10 minutes. So we will wrap it up. And thank you very much for watching it to the end. If you have not ever met us before, there will be a link below for you to get in touch with us. We do, as Tammy mentioned, we answer emails, we answer phone calls, etc. If you've been watching along the sidelines and you've yet to reach out or yet to decide to work with us, why not?
Right.
There's no time like the present to make a decision, and just reach out to us and ask us how we can help you, and we'll direct you along your way, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much, Tammy.
Well, thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. It was awesome.